We all love carols, don't we? Dozens of classics burned into our brains, each hyper-loaded with Christmassy feeling and nostalgia. Hear one playing in August, you tumble back to that magical 1985, with Snake Mountain and Minder on the Orient Express, grandparents still alive, giant box of Maltesers. But that's the problem. They're all old. Lyrics about dead kings and weather. And a baby. Always a baby. So what if there was a new one? That's the question asked by the BBC for its annual competition, A Song for Christmas. It's a tough challenge, competing with standards which have had hundreds of years to bed in, and modern songs need to be exceptional to break into the canon. In a call for entries, the BBC sent invites to every school in Britain for a contest which ran 21 years between 75 and 96, after which point British children were too busy necking hooch and happy slapping strangers to be writing a stupid song for stupid Christmas. With semis and a grand final, it was basically festive Eurovision for school kids, with heats airing on Pebble Mill at 1. King of the weird daytime magazine show, I pray daily some archivist uploads Pebble Mill's entire back catalogue on here, because if that ever happens, baby I got it made. But Millard mate, you gonna be taking the piss out of a load of kids? Come on, I'm not a monster. This was the 80s, these so-called children are probably older than me. I'm just a little baby. In terms of television pedigree, creator of A Song for Christmas, Robert Howes, produced one of the worst comedy shows ever made, in ITV's Dare to Believe. But thankfully we're not here to laugh. This is all about summoning the spirit of the season and all its iconography. I promise, when we're done, you'll never want to hear the words stable or donkey ever again. 85's co-host is Paul Coyer, whose wife was last seen on this channel winning Miss Great Britain. But from 86 onwards. It's Big Phil, thumbs hooked in his belt loops like a catalogue model. Howdy, partner. The competition split into two categories, 12 and under, the juniors, and 12 and over, the seniors. Essentially the past-it old hags like the over 25s on X Factor. Soon for the grave. A final 6 are whittled down from thousands of entries, leaving us truly the best of the best, and a panel of expert judges oversee. Names like Barbara Dixon, Aled Jones, and Michelle Fowler off EastEnders for some reason.
Lofty, will you stop that noise? It's driving me scatty!
This is the most fitting prize possible for a Christmas contest.
And the first prize in each category for both junior and senior is one of these wonderful electronic keyboards donated by Casio.
I'd wager there's not a single viewer between the age of 40 and 50 who didn't get a keyboard one year. Pretending to play the demo tracks, watching your nan dance to the Bon Tempi, hitting the black keys to make kung fu music.
Before we go any further, let me introduce you to our very special guest for today, Cliff Richard.
Kids today won't understand the stranglehold this man had on the season. He saw Christmas and said, "Right, I'm having that," metaphorically tipping Jesus out of the crib and clambering straight in. If you thought of Christmas, you thought of Cliff.
But it is Jesus' birthday, so I hope people see that it is that important.
He's going to be well happy, as every bleeding song's about a stable.
Did you write it all by yourself?
Yes, I did, and Daddy and Mummy did the arrangements for me.
No, Mummy and Daddy did the arrangements for me, in the wine cellar, on Louis XIV's old harpsichord.
And then Mummy and Daddy wrote it down on a piece of manuscript paper for me.
No, manuscript paper? Back of a sheet of bog roll not good enough for you?
A long time ago, in a stable in Bethlehem, a baby boy was born.
First I've heard of it.
To tell the world that Jesus was born.
Help off parents is a bit of a theme.
Did you write the carol all by yourself?
Yes, but my dad helped me with writing out the music.
He translated it into German for you too, by the look of it.
My name's Graham Pascoe.
In A Christmas Miracle, the girl seems to have aged 30 years between the interview and song, titled Warm in Mary's Arms.
When I see a stable on a farm, with cattle and donkey and shepherd with a sheep.
She's also painted the smuggest Joseph of all time. You'll be hearing my name for thousands of years. I didn't even have to impregnate me own missus. Quickly it becomes apparent the songs are much of a muchness. Little kings in a stable and whatnot. But it's a nice break from the unrelenting misery of modern life. Safe here from all the world's horrors. Yeah, so it turns out, another recurring theme is infanticide.
Well, this year we decided to do something different again. And the idea we chose this year was Herod and killing all the innocent babies. And so after that, when the women come back in again, they are now proud that their babies were, slaughtered to protect Jesus, and it ends on a hopeful note.
I promise you, the beginning of the composition titled Innocent Child will surprise you.
Where is he? Claims to be king of my land. Kill that child.
You're meant to be writing a carol, not a rock opera concept album.
Hungry men from powerful places, why do they come with naked swords, empty eyes and pitiful faces?
Where is he?
Imagine opening your front door and someone starts doing this at you. Do you know Silent Night? There's something deeply unsettling about all the footage of 1980s classrooms, like seeing through a haunted mirror into your past. Horrible architecture, desks, yellowing wall posters. I'm half expecting to get booted up the arse for wearing my rucksack on 2 straps instead of 1. You little 2-strap knobber! The way the Tories collapsed school arts funding, if they did bring it back these days, there'd be no entries, right viewers? But even then, you suspect there weren't many working class voices, with the same Catholic schools and well-stocked music departments showing up every year, and no rough comprehensives doing songs about baby Jesus riding on a Yamaha, doing a skid, killing a kid, and crashing into a dustbin lid.
This school has its own theatre and swimming pool, sports complex and 4-track recording studio.
My old comp had a school chair that we'd all take turns on with a rota system. On your feet, boy. You've had your 30 seconds this term. We need something upbeat to lift the mood. Lovely reference to the American dream. This is a song for Christmas's primary aesthetic. Choirs of woolly-hatted children with rictus grins doing the big faces from Songs of Praise, over-enunciating like they're trying to mouth the words, "He's got a gun," through a locked window. Another trademark is the decision to have no choreography, while putting instrumental breaks into almost every song, leaving kids just stood there as a BBC composer goes wild on the keys. Settle down, Ray Manzarek. Still going, look. In lieu of dancing, many numbers have an instrumental smile break. Don't you dare move. Every one of these solos, you think, it has to end soon. Surely it can't go on any longer. But it does. I wish more songs would liven things up with a jump scare. Christ, who wrote this? Longlegs? There's a solo carol titled simply The Stable.
Baby Jesus fast asleep, Father, watch with pride.
Stable this, stable that.
Born in only a stable, but love in the infant's mind.
In hindsight, having inspired all these songs, Mary and Joseph should have tried to make the whole night a bit more eventful, thrown in stuff people could use for some variation, perhaps invite a few more people round, a box of props. Joseph had a hula hoop, and Eddie Larch was there. Little something to think about if you ever find yourself in that situation. Some of the contestants are very young. This one's written by a 6-year-old. 6! Who she thinks she is? Stuart Anderson? Mind you, I wrote a song when I was 6. No, not 2 years running. Control yourself.
When Mary and Joseph were glad to say,
Are you looking for your friend, Kimberly? Have you seen her?
Mummy, don't stop now. Please carry on to the end story.
Musically, it's the seniors who bring the professionalism, like Wayne Unwin's Snow in Moscow.
There's a Soviet thinking the same thoughts as we are thinking at this time of the year.
You, when one of my videos has another running reference to Sid Little.
Because you used it subtly, it worked, and I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
It's interesting how our notion of cool pop stars evolves over the years.
Surely the song of 1986 has to be The Lady in Red by Krista Berg.
Scof chats with Chris about writing Lady in Red, and what we all want to know.
Who was it about?
There's various answers to that.
Only one correct one, though. There's a song about the time your dad got diarrhea at the cash point.
With a carol called All Over the Town.
This one's about the Christmas all the Buzz Lightyears were sold out.
Turning away the customers, even Jesus Christ.
Some contestants really wanted to win.
Davida has entered this competition on 7 previous occasions, but this is the first time she's got through to the semi-final, so...
I can see why it took her so long, to be honest.
Why should it just be this one time of year, just one Christmas wish, in a world full of fear?
Remember that episode of Bullseye where the contestant was later found out to be a serial killer? Well, A Song for Christmas has its own version.
The last of our senior semi-finalists in this year's competition comes from Frodsham High School in Cheshire, and a carol composed by 15-year-old Gary Barlow.
Barlow's number is titled, with surprising religiosity, Let's Pray for Christmas. And even here, you can see hints of the songwriting and rousing key changes which fueled his massive success.
Following the light drawn from near and far.
my subscribers when a new video goes up.
It's today, it's today.
But even earnest young Barlow can't escape having to stand there during an instrumental.
For Christmas we must say.
Little Bob of the Head, which is the song for Christmas equivalent of some mad Michael Jackson moves. Though he won this semi, Gary would lose in the final, having to settle for the consolation prize of a W.H. Smith voucher, a defeat which would spur him on to achieve the ultimate accolade in showbiz, performing in the Children's Royal with Billy Pearce.
From all of us here, goodbye.
There's 5 minutes of Pebble Mill replacement Daytime Live on the end of this tape, and what a terrible tease.
On Daytime Live, Telecom's Teenage Talkabout is at the end of the line. We open the door to Larry Grayson.
Sadly, there's no Larry here, just more Schofield.
And what a motley crew. Nah, I'm only joking. You look brilliant.
Different prize this year.
Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you, thank you. Here it is. A W.H. Smith gift voucher worth £1,000.
How could you even spend £1,000 in Smiths in 1987? 2,000 of ink ink erasers that don't work, please.
Tell me, what is Christmas? What is it all about? Some say it's religion, others have a doubt.
Finally, our first earworm from a competition sorely lacking in bangers.
Sing a song of Christmas, sing a song of Christmas, sing it all around the world.
No donkeys or baby slaughter here, just kids who appreciate the catchy nature of a jingle-like structure.
Sing a song of Christmas, sing a song of Christmas, sing it all around the world.
Key change and horns.
And make a brand new start. Sing a song of Christmas, sing a song of Christmas, sing it here, something else about.
The haphazard nature of home taping leaves us another random Daytime Live. Judy Spears chatting with musketeers. Adrian Mills hosting a cracker joke contest.
I've got a good one here. What do you get if you put 6 ducks in a box? A box of Christmas quackers.
What do you get if you cross a boomerang with a skunk?
Why did a man put a rabbit on his head?
When I think about how they cancelled Noel's Christmas presents.
And the tears begin to fall.
Everything at Christmas time reminds me of you.
88 gives us another brilliant solo. While this is like the soundtrack to a Carry On where Hattie Jakes eats a really big ice cream. I do enjoy the little flourishes of the BBC musicians brought in to beef up children's songs for telly. What your wannabe pop stars need to realise is that simple tunes is best.
It is snowing, happy Christmas everyone. It is snowing, Merry Christmas everyone.
Yes, gimme songs with that shouty nativity play quality. And stop taking it all so seriously.
He came to the world as a little child, sent from the Lord, he was undefiled. You said, come to me, and I came.
Someone who doesn't take it seriously is Scof. always larking about.
Oh, ow. Just got a little titter there, but I won't ask for any more. Today he's on keyboards and crutches. He's just broken his leg.
He is my son.
That's not my dad!
Another song titled A King Was Born.
Gold, frankincense and myrrh. Gold, frankincense and myrrh. Gold, frankincense and myrrh.
And one by a 15-year-old boy.
Now, here he is with 16 of his girlfriends from the school choir. Have a word with him about how he does it a little bit later on.
This is the most inherently 80s sounding, with chilled synthwaves swallowing the vocals. Don't know about Christmas. I feel like cruising through Vice City with this blasting out of the tape deck.
Now, do you remember a few weeks ago on Going Live, I said that I thought good telly was all about moments, and I believe we've got one for you now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now welcome to the Muppet Show. Ernie?
Though there's a sense anyone who participated got beaten up Monday morning for singing about God with a big soppy smile on their face. Many went into proper careers in music. Of course we know about Barlow, but there's also Peter Jones, winner of 88's junior section, who joined prog band Camel and finished 7th in the first X Factor as part of duo 2 to Go. Wayne Unwin, under the name Ty Unwin, composed music for multitude film and television, including Paul Whitehouse's doc about dirty rivers and superb BBC reality series Last Man Standing.
I think if you were any of their mothers, you'd fair burst with pride.
And it's easy to sit here being sarky about it on YouTube 40 years on. But trying to add to the Christmas compendium is an almost impossible task, especially when you're up against stuff like this.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
3, 2, 1.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!